Phoenix ascends, we're flying high, keep laying hand, reaching for the sky. Death loops ticking, but he won't stop.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Phoenix Ascends Gaming, and to our first installment of First Flame Features, our impressions and recommendations series independent from long-form reviews, and your spark for what's worth playing next. And today, we're starting strong. Buckle up, because Escape from Ever After is what happens when a fairy tale gets tired of being cute and decides to go absolutely feral. I've been playing it on the PlayStation 5, and wow, this game is a wild ride through a world that looks like a bedtime story but hits like an action comedy fever dream. Escape from Ever After throws you into a twisted fairy tale world where nothing behaves the way you expect. You're not rescuing a princess, you're not slaying a dragon. Rather, you're trying to escape the entire enchanted mess before it eats you alive. The world is bright, colorful, and storybook pretty on the surface, but underneath, pure chaos. Talking animals who are way too self-aware, villains who are having midlife crisis, and magical creatures who need therapy more than they need your help. It's a fairy tale that knows it's a fairy tale, and it's absolutely done with the script. So let's talk about the gameplay, because this is where the game really surprised me. You get a mix of fast-paced, turn-based combat with time inputs, exploration, and puzzle solving. The combat feels snappy, light attacks, heavy attacks, dodges, and abilities that keeps things moving. It's not Souls level punishing, but it's not a button mash snooze fest either. It hits that sweet spot where you're engaged without feeling stressed. The puzzles are sprinkled throughout the world, and they're clever without being frustrating. They're the kind of puzzles where you go, "Oh, that's smart," right after you spent 10 minutes overthinking it. Exploration is where the game's personality really shines through. Every corner possesses enticing little details, such as a cunning joke, or some character doing something bizarre, and it rewards curiosity in a way that makes the world feel alive and engaging. One of the biggest strengths so far is the writing. The humor lands more often than not, and the characters are quirky without crossing into annoying territory. It's self-aware, but not in that wink at the camera every 5 seconds way. It's more like the game knows it's ridiculous and just leans into it confidently. If you like games that don't take themselves too seriously, think along the lines of a PG-13 fairy tale parody, this is going to be right up your alley. Visually, the game is gorgeous in a storybook kind of way that borrows extensively from Nintendo's Paper Mario series. It's bright, colorful, and full of exaggerated shapes and expressions. It looks like a children's book that someone spilled energy drinks on. The art direction does an extensive amount of heavy lifting in making the world feel whimsical but also slightly unhinged. Thankfully, my performance on the PlayStation 5 has been smooth thus far. No major hiccups, no noticeable frame drops. It feels polished, which honestly surprised me for a game this quirky. Alright, so with everything considered, and after a few hours with Escape from Ever After, here's where I'm at. The world is charming and chaotic in the best way. The writing is sharp and can be genuinely funny. Combat feels good, it's simple but satisfying. Puzzles are clever without being roadblocks, and the pacing keeps things fresh, constantly throwing new ideas at you. Simply put, this is one of those games where you sit down to play for 20 minutes and suddenly an hour has passed. Finally, you might ask if I recommend it. In response, I can confidently say, if you're into action-adventure games with RPG elements which possess personality, humor, and a world that feels like a fairy tale that escaped the library and started doing parkour, Escape from Ever After is absolutely worth checking out. It's not trying to be the next massive AAA epic. It's trying to be fun, creative, and memorable, and honestly, it nails that. As always, you guys are incredible, and I genuinely appreciate everyone watching. If you enjoy this type of content, I would love to earn your subscription. Also, stay tuned for all future installments of First Flame Features, along with long-form reviews and weekly live streams. I hope that you enjoy an incredibly blessed week, and as always, keep ascending. Phoenix out.
Phoenix ascends.